Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is You Too Can Be Great. Now, this is episode What's Wrong With You, episode 3. For those of you who don't know, or maybe you're getting my alerts right now, I know that YouTube has been having issues because they're low on staff because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So they're not able to do troubleshooting issues to fix if you're not able to get the notifications. So what I will say is every day, I'll go through my subscriptions, on the button that says subscriptions, look, and if you see a dot under my YouTube Can Be Great, there's a new video posted, so you can go ahead and watch it. But I know that some of you, if you're getting this, go ahead and check out episode 2 and episode 1 of What's Wrong With You. This is just us gossiping and talking about what latest news that's out there. Now, I do know that I haven't been posting videos lately, and I want y'all to understand what's going on. Those of you who do, subscribe to me and follow me, is that I've had a few medical issues. I've had fibroids, and it's not like a little bit of an issue. It's literally the size of a baby's head. And I'm being told that I have to have a biopsy before I have surgery to see if it's cancerous. And for me, that means a lot. I haven't had any children of my own. My fiance has children of his own. Good for him. They're wonderful kids, but I would like to have some of my own. I always planned on having kids. It wasn't a maybe situation for me. And I'm told that if it is cancerous, they'll have to take the whole uterus out as a form of hysterectomy, which means that I won't be able to have any children of my own. Personally, I'll be able to adopt, but I won't be able to birth my own kids. If it ends up being that it's not cancerous, which I would prefer, I would have to go through surgery via myomectomy, but it's supposed to take like 6 to 7 weeks for my body to heal, and I may not be able to move around. I know I won't be able to work, so I've kind of had a lot on my mind regarding that, and so I haven't really been able to get on here and give you guys this peppy, happy joke, conversation that I usually do. So I want y'all to bear with me on that. In addition to it, I'm also seeing all this situation going on. One of the hangings, there's a lot of black men being hung, and they're trying to call it suicide. One of the men that were hung happened to be in my city. So I'm kind of, every time it's mentioned on Facebook, people think this is a political issue. Oh, Republicans are doing this. Democrats didn't do this. For me, I don't care. I don't like either one of the candidates this presidential election. That's just me. I don't like either one of them. One of them I know is at their core racist. They may not know it, but he is. The other one I think is just dumb because he's just riding the coattails of what's happening with this whole movement, and it's not really giving anybody any concrete details on what they're going to do to rectify the situation. When a lot of times Democrats have been in power, I don't see much change occurring. So for me, I don't like either one. I don't think they're the best option here, but it's almost like, what you gonna choose? Me, this is a personal issue. I'm an African-American woman, and I'm seeing people who look like me just being butchered and treated some type of way. And I don't know what the best solution is, but going through that and having somebody do it and having something like this happen in my neighborhood, or not my neighborhood, the area, the city where I live in, I'm afraid. And so I have all these thoughts in my head, plus the medical issue. So I haven't been able to come in here and do this reviews and talk to you guys like I would like to. So forgive me for that. But on today's episode, we're going to start off with the whole Nene leaks and Real Housewives situation. Now, y'all know from other YouTubers, if you've seen, or maybe y'all, follow media and, social media, y'all heard that Nene is apparently, supposedly, according to I think it's B. Scott, he said that Nene was allegedly fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13, or season 13 or 14, I'm not sure, that's supposed to start. I know Portia got her letter. I know Eva gave us a piss poor ass explanation on Instagram, talking about giving us a long thing about how she loves her family and she wants to spend more time with her family. That's why she ain't coming back. I think it's shit. I think she was either given a position that did not include a peach like Marlo, and she knew that's something that would get her back in next season. She comes out without a peach, Marlon, everybody's gonna lay into her and tell her that she's not an important on the show because she didn't get a peach. They're gonna talk to her about it. She don't want to be knocked down any further than she already has, especially when her finances was already being questioned, right? So she's gonna come up here and say, well, I'm not coming back, I got better things to do. Honestly, I'm not mad that she's gone, because for real, for me, I thought that all she brought to the show was pregnancy. She had nothing to contribute other than her pregnancy, constantly being pregnant on this show, and having short-term memory loss, because she'll talk some shit and she'll remember what the hell she says afterwards. And that's the persona she did. In the last reunion, she was all up Kenya's ass, and I couldn't imagine how they're besties now when she didn't want to even come to her, bring her kids Kenya's little party thing that she did. Like, even to me, Comes off as two-faced. I don't think she even knows who she is personally. I don't think I just, for her being gone, I don't feel nothing. I'm not scared. I'm not upset about it. It is what it is. I wish you the best, but don't come up here and give me some excuse talking about I just want to focus on my family. No, girl, you got fired, or your check got reduced significantly, especially because people are losing their job out here, and you just feel like it wasn't worth it no more. Now, we hear that Nene did not get her own letter to go and basically sign her contract for the next season. So they're saying that she may have gotten fired. Do I think that Nene got fired? No, I don't think that Nene got fired. I think that they may still be deciding whether they want her to come back or not, because Nene, since the show, have been doing a lot of interviews and she's essentially been talking shit. Basically, after the reunion, y'all know by the third reunion episode, she left. She left halfway through when they brought Yovana in there. We heard that Yovana is supposed to come back next season, which means that there will be a storyline between her and Yovana trying to figure out who told the truth with Snake. So she left because she felt like she was being bullied. And she's been on this rant talking about how Bravo has been bullying her and, you know, pointing a finger at her. And she told him to stop doing it over and over again. She went so far to actually compare herself to George Floyd. Girl, bye. This is what she said with that situation. Hold on, because I'm going to play for y'all.
Again, we are talking about the very negative side of the show that I just don't feel is necessary to do to make a great show. It was just too negative, one. Two, I felt very ganged up on. And for all of you out there who can say they don't know what ganged up on is, Google the definition of gang up. Gang up is more than one person on a person at the same time. George Floyd was ganged up on. So no, he was physically ganged up on. And I have felt verbally ganged up on many times, and that is not fair to me. And
Victim leaks. That's what I'm calling her, because I think that she has a little bit of a selective memory when it comes to her saying that she was ganged up on. Because prior to her coming back, the first season she came back, I think, after they had her gone for season 9, Kim was brought back to the show. Y'all remember when Kim was on the reunion and it was a gang up situation on Kim. Kim deserved every bit of it because she was starting drama and doing the most and putting herself in situations she didn't need to be putting herself in. But Kenya attacked her, Cynthia attacked her, Candy attacked her, Portia attacked her. The only person that couldn't attack her was Sheree, but Sheree wasn't even defending her because she knew some of the shit she did was stupid. And Nene was like, where is your scooter? Where is your scooter? Kim was crying at the end of that the reunion, saying that Andy did not defend her, protect her, because they're calling her racist and all that, so on and so forth. And she was crying because she felt ganged up on. We've had situations where, you know, where Phaedra had spread that rumor that Candy was supposedly going to drug Portia and rape her and all that kind of stuff, or sleep with her, whatever crap they were going to say. That alleged rumor came about, and Phaedra was ganged up on by everybody. Kenya had something to say. Cynthia had something to say. Candy was going after her in tears. Portia was, you know, even going after Phaedra, basically holding her basically for what she said. Sheree had something to say. Andy even went after Phaedra for that entire rumor. In that sense, they were ganged up on. There was the whole situation with Kenya when Kim Fields was there. Each of them has been in situations where they've had to answer for the decisions that they chose to make. Nene, last season, when her and Greg were going through it, she had a piss poor attitude and she was treating everybody like they were expendable, and she was just treating them like they were disposable. She wanted everybody to empathize with her, but she wasn't making it easy. So I said that, I said it before, Nene was being an asshole in that season. When she does something wrong, I call it out. When Kenya does something wrong, I call it out. So when you're sitting here now, you've come back after you had such a horrible season, trying to make amends with everybody, and some people aren't ready to move forward with you. And on top of that, you started the whole Snakegate situation with Yovana because you chose to interact with that type of individual, so it backfired in your face. So of course, Andy had a lot to say to her on the reunion because she played a crucial role in the season, in the episodes that she was present for. Kenya also had to answer to people. They all have moments where they, you know, it's a shady show. She said, oh, it's so negative. It's a shady reality show. The negativity and the shadiness is what makes for entertainment. And you chose to be a part of it. Now, for her referencing George Floyd, bitch, you are not George Floyd. George Floyd did not ask to be ganged up on. George Floyd did not ask to end, for his life to end in the way that it did. It is something that's an issue that's still being dealt with. You are not him. To compare yourself to him is almost like, I don't know if you're being narcissistic or if you're just that crazy. I said last season when I was doing my review that Nene has moments where she just says some dumb shit. And you be looking at her like, why would you say something like that? That is not a good example to make, because you are not the definition of what I would consider a victim because of the show you chose to be on, because you were being paid to take what you were taking. You have the option of leaving. And now that we heard that your contract hasn't been renewed, you're refuting it online saying, you know, you're going to pay for this, it's not happening. And that's after you went on a rant saying that Andy should, you know, reposting something about Andy being fired from a show that he helped produce. That's crazy. You're talking shit. You've picked a fight with some of the producers on the camera. You fought with the camera guy. You've done certain things that maybe people are just not wanting to deal with you no more. And your attitude, because they feel like you need to humble yourself a little bit more than you are. You think that you're running the show, and they're trying to let you know that you don't run nothing, right? Now you're here complaining that they're treating you some type of way, but when you don't get the letter to renew the season, you're also complaining. Which is it? Do you want to be on the show or not? Because I'm confused. You have a choice to walk away from this. You can. Then on the next news we had the whole situation with B. Simone. I posted a picture of, I forgot his name, that I posted that had the audacity to go and cuss B. Simone out by way of insulting and belittling her as a woman and what she said. Because y'all know recently B. Simone went and said that she's not gonna marry somebody that works a 9 to 5. Now, do I agree with that statement? No, because there's a lot of people that have very pivotal, life-changing career paths. Architects sometimes have a 9 to 5. Doctors sometimes have a 9 to 5. Surgeons have a 9 to 5. Nurses have a 9 to 5. Lawyers have a 9 to 5. Engineers have a 9 to 5. Some can own their own company, but a majority of them have a 9 to 5. We have landscapers. We have, you know, construction workers. We have, you know, housekeepers. Everybody has a role to play, and something what's good for you doesn't have to be for somebody else. She said it's a preference, yes, but prior to her being in the limelight in the situation that she was in, she was working a 9 to 5 before she gets to this position. So it makes me feel like either it may be the way that she worded it, it may have been like a lack of humility in her saying, you know what, I worked a 9 to 5 and it was something I had to do, provide for myself, and there are people out there I respect for grinding and taking care of the family by way of 9 to 5. But for me, because I'm an entrepreneur and I was able to remove myself and put myself in a better position, I prefer to be with somebody that's not a 9 to 5, because then they're in the same position as me and we can keep building our empire in that form. But the way she said it came off as condescending. So I can understand you being upset. But as a man, you do not need to knock a woman who's trying to do things and try to be successful. I know recently she did something grimy by stealing, I think, a copy of a book or whatever the case is. But she's trying to put herself in a better position to where she's financially stable and not need anybody. Now, if it was reversed and a man was saying what he was saying, nobody will go after him the way that he's going after B. Simone. What he said to it was disrespectful. And these men out here, y'all need to learn how to start respecting us women, because at the end of the day, we the ones who have your back. We don't stab you in the back. We have your back, and we sit there and we be with you and live that struggle relationship, tolerating things that we shouldn't tolerate, having your back. So when you're speaking in public, why are you publicly disrespecting our women? What's wrong with you? So I didn't like seeing that, and I felt like somebody needs to check him and help him understand what he is and who he's talking to. Do I agree with what she said? No, I have my own opinion, because I work a 9 to 5, and I know people who work 9 to 5. My family's work, and some of my family members have companies, and some work 9 to 5, and they're happy. So it's good for them. But did she say something that was so horrible for him to talk to her that way? No, she doesn't want somebody to be with, to work a 9 to 5. I don't care as much. It's her choice. It's her choice. It's not like she said she want to be with the person because the person is white or black or Hispanic. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with their sexual preference. It's nothing to do with anything. It's just she doesn't want to be with somebody that works a 9 to 5. I don't see what was a big deal for him to talk to her the way he did. That was fucked up, and I feel like he needed to know that. He did. Then, in another news, we have the Raz B situation. Recently, Raz B had come out, coming out saying that he was allegedly abused in some way by Marcus Houston, is what he said. We don't know what the extent of it is. We don't know. But there was an alleged accusation made, and based on what Raz B has been seen, first he was an alcoholic, then he got arrested for DV. I mean, it was crazy what we've seen of him. His erratic behavior makes me believe that something happened to him to where he's now lashing out because he's not dealing with it appropriately. What I associate with Marcus Houston, I don't know, because it's not something that I'm aware of. I wasn't there. But they're making this statement based on him coming out now at 38 years old, saying that he's married a 19-year-old girl. Now, the thing is, people are saying that he knew that girl prior, maybe 2 years prior, when she was 17 years old, dating her, and now that she's 19, they're coming out saying they're together. He has since refuted that, saying, no, I didn't know anything about this girl prior to that. I just met her a few months ago, and now I'm marrying her. I don't know what to say about that illustration, but it was a long message explaining that he had just basically met this girl. He fell in love with her. That's who he's choosing to be. She's 19, he's 38. It's a huge age gap, but I don't think people would, I don't know. It's up to her. She's an adult. She gets to choose who she wants to be with. And if that's who she wants to be married to, that's who she wants to be married to. I haven't heard anything in the grapevine about him ever. The last time I heard about him was when he came on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Prior to that, I didn't hear nothing. He was a sister. I liked him then. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation, because I don't even know how to even comment on it, because I don't know the extent of it. I just know that Raz-B had been doing some crazy shit, and he, you know, since B2K fell apart, and I don't know if 2 and 2 go together. I don't know. But that's the next news that we have going on. Juneteenth is tomorrow. And I want you guys to go ahead and make sure y'all enjoy yourself and do what you're supposed to do on Juneteenth. We have earned it. And I want y'all to commemorate people who lost their lives and who fought on our behalf to try and get us where we are today. We still have a long way to go. Clearly, with what's going on, we have a long way to go with equality, you know, love, and, you know, treating people fairly, and, you know, basically getting the same dream, American dream, that's been put out there for everybody to be able to get there without having to struggle in a huge manner to the extent that we've had to do it for the past few decades. So when Juneteenth gets here, I want y'all to go ahead, as you know, if you guys want to go, and I'm gonna put I'm gonna make sure I put something on my post commemorating it. When you do your comments, if you have a photo of someone, Rosa Parks, MLK, somebody that you want to put in there to commemorate it, that would be great, because then we can, you know, have a little bit of a history lesson, so we know which people went out there, did a peaceful protesting to get us where we are today, and those who were helping us move forward to try and make it better. Okay? Anyway, please like, subscribe, and notification bell. This is What's Wrong With You, episode 3. I'm going to do my best to try and post a little bit more of a juicy details for you when I see it. I'm going to try to do more reviews for the episodes. I haven't been watching it. I said earlier in this episode, I had a few personal issues I was dealing with, and so I wasn't able to really be pepped up and hyped, you know, for y'all. So hopefully we can get back to the normal schedule. If you're not getting the notifications, just every morning, maybe every couple of days or so, go and click on your subscriptions on YouTube and look. If you see a dot, then you know there's something there to watch, because right now there's nobody at YouTube, you know, there's limited staff. They're not able to sit there and fix this issue. You have to be proactive with making sure that you get the notifications yourself. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys. Stay safe, and you know, you guys have a good day. Bye.